You know what drives me absolutely crazy? It is watching people throw money at the stock market like they are feeding coins into a slot machine. They are completely ignoring the fact that they have credit card debt. They have a bank charging them 22% interest. That debt is sitting right there, laughing at them. It is like trying to fill a bucket that has massive holes in the bottom. You keep pouring water in, and you wonder why you aren't making any progress. My name is Siraz Patwari. I spend way too much time thinking about money. I obsess over optimal investment strategies, and I wonder why most people seem determined to do everything in the wrong order. If you are someone who actually wants to understand the proper sequence for your money, you are in the right place. We are going to stop throwing dollars at whatever sounds exciting. Welcome to the Siraz Patwari channel. If you want to build real wealth, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to avoid some very expensive mistakes. Here is something that might shock you. According to recent data, 1 in 3 Americans does not even have an emergency fund. The median amount that Americans have saved for emergencies is a whopping $500. $500. Think about that. That is less than most people's monthly car payment. And get this, that number is actually down from last year. Meanwhile, these same people are asking me if they should buy individual stocks. They want to know if they should invest in cryptocurrency. It is like asking whether you should buy a Ferrari when you don't even have enough money to fix the tires on your current car. The truth is, there is an optimal order for investing your money. This sequence can literally save you tens of thousands of dollars. It can dramatically accelerate your path to financial independence. But most people completely ignore this. Why? Because it is not as exciting as picking the next hot stock. They want to skip straight to the fun stuff. They want to avoid the boring foundational work. But honestly, the boring stuff is what actually matters. Today, I am going to walk you through the exact order you should be investing your money. We are going to do this step by step. I want you to maximize your returns while minimizing your risk. And I guarantee some of this is going to surprise you, especially the part about why your employer match should come before almost everything else. And we'll talk about why health savings accounts might be the most powerful investment tool you are ignoring. But before we dive into the steps, let me tell you why getting this order wrong is so devastating. Imagine you were building a house. You wouldn't start by picking out fancy light fixtures if the foundation was cracked. You wouldn't buy granite countertops if the roof was leaking. Yet that is exactly what most people do with their finances. They get excited about a trendy ETF while carrying high-interest debt. That debt is guaranteed to destroy any gains they might make. The cost of getting this wrong is massive. Every month you delay paying off credit card debt is a month where that debt grows faster than your investments. Every month you ignore your employer's match is literally free money you are throwing away. So, before you invest a single dollar anywhere, you need to establish an emergency fund. I know, it sounds boring. I know you'd rather hear about which stocks will make you rich. But here is why this matters more than you think. An emergency fund is not just about money for a broken pipe. It is about creating a psychological safety net. It prevents you from making terrible financial decisions when life throws you a curveball. When your car breaks down or you face a medical bill, you need cash. Having an emergency fund means you don't have to sell your stocks at the worst possible time. You don't have to rack up more debt to cover the expense. The question everyone asks is, how much should you save? Traditional advice says 3 to 6 months of living expenses. But honestly, that range is so broad it is almost useless. The amount you need depends on your life. If you have a stable government job, you might be fine with 3 months. If you are a freelancer in a volatile industry, you might need 6 months, or even more. Here is what I recommend for most people. Start by saving your first $1,000 as quickly as possible. This covers most minor emergencies. It gives you that mental peace. Then, work toward 1 month of living expenses. Once you hit that milestone, keep building until you reach 3 months. Recent research from Vanguard found something amazing. People with at least $2,000 in emergency savings were much happier. Their financial well-being scores were 21% higher. $2,000 is not life-changing money, but the psychological impact is enormous. Once you have that buffer, the next step is critical. You need to eliminate all high-interest debt. When I say high interest, I mean anything charging you more than about 8%. Credit card debt is the obvious villain here. With average rates over 22%, credit card debt is like financial cancer. It grows faster than almost any investment return. Carrying credit card debt while investing is like trying to run a race with a backpack full of rocks. Mathematically, paying off debt is a guaranteed return. If you pay off a 22% debt, you just earned a 22% return. That is better than what most pros make in the stock market. Let's put this in perspective. If you have $5,000 in debt at 22% and you only make minimum payments, you are in trouble. You will pay nearly $3,000 in interest over 5 years. That is money that could have been working for you. Every dollar you use to pay down that debt is a win. The strategy is simple. List all your debts, pay the minimums on everything, then throw every extra dollar at the debt with the highest interest rate. This is the debt avalanche method. It saves you the most money. Some people prefer the debt snowball, where you pay the smallest balance first. That's fine for motivation, but the avalanche is more efficient. But wait, there is one major exception to this rule. It is so important that it actually becomes our next step. If your employer offers a match on your retirement plan, you must take it. Contribute enough to get the full match even before you finish your debt. This might sound strange, but the math is too good to ignore. Employer matching is a guaranteed 100% return. Even if your debt is at 22%, a 100% immediate return is better. It is like finding money on the ground. Your employer will double it if you just pick it up. Imagine your employer matches 50 cents on the dollar up to 6% of your salary. If you earn $50,000 and you contribute $3,000, your employer gives you $1,500. That is an immediate 50% gain, plus whatever the market does. No other investment can guarantee that. Just get the match, then go back to killing your debt. This foundation, emergency fund, debt elimination, and employer match, is the bedrock of your financial house. Without these, you are building on quicksand. Once these are locked down, we move into the tax optimization zone. This is where most people get distracted by shiny objects. They skip straight to regular brokerage accounts when they should be using tax-advantaged options first. Now let's talk about the individual retirement account, or IRA. You should maximize this before putting more money into your 401k beyond the match. Why? Because an IRA gives you control. You can choose lower fees. Many corporate 401k plans are full of expensive mutual funds. Those fees eat your returns like termites in a wooden house. With an IRA, you can pick low-cost index funds. That fee difference might seem small, but over 30 years, it can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. For 2025, you can put in $7,000. If you are over 50, you can put in $8,000. Once you've maxed that out, you have a choice. Do you want traditional or Roth? This choice can save you a fortune in taxes. Traditional lets you deduct the money now, but you pay taxes later. Roth makes you pay taxes now, but your withdrawals are tax-free in retirement. Here is a simple rule. If you are in a high tax bracket now, go traditional. If you are in a lower bracket now, go Roth. Young people should usually lean toward Roth. Your income will probably go up later, and tax rates will probably go up too. If you aren't sure, split your money between both. Now, if you have access to a health savings account, or HSA, listen closely. This might be the most underutilized tool in America. It is like the Swiss Army knife of accounts. It has a triple tax advantage. You get a tax deduction for putting money in. The money grows tax-free, and withdrawals for medical bills are completely tax-free. It is the only account that is tax-free on the way in and the way out. For 2025, you can contribute $4,300 for an individual. The catch is, you need a high-deductible health plan. If you are young and healthy, an HSA is one of the best retirement accounts you can have. The real pro strategy? Pay for your medical bills out of pocket now. Leave the HSA money invested. Keep all your receipts. There is no time limit. You could pay a bill today and reimburse yourself 20 years from now, tax-free. After age 65, you can use the money for anything. You'll pay tax for non-medical things, just like a 401k. But medical costs in retirement are almost guaranteed. Having a pile of tax-free cash for healthcare is a secret weapon. The math is stunning. Max out an HSA for 30 years, and you could have $400,000 tax-free. So, you filled up your HSA. You are feeling good. What is next on the list? Now it is time to go back and finish what you started. You need to max out that employer 401k beyond the match. In 2025, the limit is a huge $23,500. If you are 50 or older, you get to add even more. At this point, you are really cooking with gas. Think about the tax savings here. Between your IRA, your HSA, and your 401k, you are shielding a massive amount of money from the IRS. That is serious cash that gets to compound year after year. Most people never even get to this point. The average person only saves about 6% of their income. That usually isn't enough to fill these buckets. But if you are doing this, congratulations. You are already in the top 5% of savers. You are setting yourself up for a retirement that most people can only dream about. But wait, we are still not done. Once all those tax-advantaged accounts are full, we reach the final stage. We are talking about taxable investment accounts. This is what people usually call a brokerage account. I like to call this the Wild West of the investing world. Why? Because there are absolutely no limits here. There are no contribution limits. There are no withdrawal rules. You can put in $1 million if you have it. You can take it out tomorrow if you need it. You can buy individual stocks, trade options, or speculate on the next big crypto coin. But here is the catch. This is also where most people make their biggest, most expensive mistakes. They think having total freedom makes them a genius. They think they can outsmart the market because they have a fancy app on their phone. But they forget about a silent killer. That killer is called tax drag. Let me explain why taxable accounts drive me a little bit nuts sometimes. People get so excited about the flexibility. They love the idea of anytime access. But they completely forget that the government is watching every single move. Every time a company pays you a dividend, you get taxed. Every time you sell a stock for a profit, the IRS wants their cut. It is like trying to run a marathon while someone keeps throwing sand in your shoes. You can still finish the race, sure, but it is going to be a lot harder and a lot slower than it needs to be. The difference in tax efficiency is truly staggering over time. Let's look at the real numbers. Imagine you invest $10,000 every single year for 30 years. In a tax-advantaged account like a 401k, let's say you earn 7%. After 30 years, you would have about $944,000. Now, look at a taxable account with the exact same return. But in this account, you are paying taxes on dividends along the way. You are paying capital gains taxes when you sell things. You might end up with closer to $700,000. That is nearly a $250,000 difference, just because of taxes. That is money you lost simply because you did things in the wrong order. But do not get me wrong. Taxable accounts are very valuable once you have filled up your other buckets. They offer you something the other accounts cannot. They offer you complete and total flexibility. Do you need money for a house down payment in 5 years? A taxable account is perfect for that. Do you want to retire early? Maybe you want to quit the rat race at age 45. You cannot easily touch your 401k or your IRA until you are 59 and a half. Taxable accounts give you the bridge funding you need to reach that age. They allow you to live your life on your own terms without waiting for the government's permission. There is another hidden benefit to taxable accounts that most people miss. It is called the step up in basis. If you plan to leave money to your children, this is huge. When you pass away and leave stocks in a taxable account to your heirs, the capital gains taxes can literally disappear. The value of the stock steps up to the price on the day you died. Your kids can sell the stock and pay zero in capital gains tax. This is a powerful way to transfer wealth to the next generation. It is how the truly wealthy keep their money in the family. Now, let's take a step back and look at the whole picture. Why do we follow this specific order? Why not just do whatever we want? It is because building wealth is a psychological game as much as a mathematical one. Your emergency fund is not just a pile of cash. It is a shield. It is what keeps you from panicking when the stock market crashes. If you have 6 months of cash in the bank, a 20% drop in the market doesn't feel like a disaster. You know your bills are paid. You can afford to wait for the market to recover. You don't have to sell at the bottom like everyone else. Eliminating high-interest debt is about freedom. It is about removing the heavy chains from your ankles. When you owe 22% to a credit card company, you are a servant to that bank. You are working 40 hours a week just to pay for things you bought 3 years ago. When that debt is gone, You are finally working for yourself. The feeling of being debt-free is better than the feeling of any stock price going up. It is pure peace of mind. Then we have the employer match. This is the easy button for building wealth. It is the only place in the world where you can get a 100% return instantly with zero risk. If you ignore this, you are choosing to stay poor. It is that simple. Many people tell me they cannot afford to contribute to their 401k. I tell them they cannot afford not to. Even if it means eating out less, even if it means cutting your cable bill, get that match. It is your money. Do not let your company keep it. Moving into the IRA and the HSA is about being smart. Most people just follow the crowd. They do exactly what the HR department tells them to do. But a smart investor looks for the lowest fees. They look for the best tax advantages. The HSA is truly the king of all accounts. If you have access to one, please use it. Treat it like a second retirement account. Do not use it for a small bandage today. Let it grow for 30 years. Let it become a massive pile of tax-free cash for your future self. The middle of the roadmap is often the hardest part. I call this the boring middle. You have your emergency fund. Your debt is gone. You are maxing out your accounts. Now you just have to sit and wait. This is where most people fail. They get bored. They start looking for the next big thing. They see a neighbor making money on a random penny stock. They hear about a new crypto coin that is going to the moon. They think, I am doing everything right, but my wealth is growing so slowly. But listen to me closely. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. Real wealth is built through consistency. It is built by buying the same low-cost index funds month after month. It is built by staying the course when everyone else is panicking. The goal is to become the multi-millionaire next door. These are the people who drive normal cars. They live in normal houses, but they have millions in their accounts. Why? Because they followed the sequence. They did not skip steps. They did not try to be fancy. Let's talk about the common traps that can derail you. The biggest one is speculation. Speculation is not investing. Speculation is gambling. If you are buying something because the price went up yesterday, you are gambling. If you are buying something because a YouTuber told you it is a guaranteed winner, you are gambling. True investing is when you buy a productive asset. You buy it because it generates value over time. Stick to broad market index funds. They own the entire economy. As long as the world keeps moving forward, your wealth will grow. Another trap is lifestyle creep. As you earn more money, you will be tempted to spend more. You will want a nicer car. You will want a bigger house. You will want more expensive vacations. But remember the roadmap. Every extra dollar you spend on a luxury today is a dollar that cannot compound for your future. I am not saying you should live like a monk. You should enjoy your life. You should celebrate your wins. But you should also be intentional. If you get a $10,000 raise, save $5,000 of it. Spend the other $5,000. This way, your lifestyle improves, but your wealth grows even faster. The order we discussed today is about efficiency. It is about making sure every dollar you earn works as hard as it possibly can. We start with safety through the emergency fund. We remove the drag of high-interest debt. We take the free money from our employer. We use the tax code to our advantage with IRAs, HSAs, and 401ks. And finally, we use taxable accounts for total freedom. Think about where you are right now. Just be honest with yourself. Maybe you are at step 1. Maybe you are struggling to save that first $1,000. That is okay. Everyone starts somewhere. The important thing is that you are moving forward. Do not look at the person at step 7 and feel discouraged. Look at the next step in front of you. Focus on that one thing until it is done. Once you finish it, move to the next. Do not try to do everything at once. If you follow this sequence, you are not just hoping to be rich. You are planning to be rich. You are taking control of your destiny. You are making sure that your future self has choices. You are making sure that you do not have to work until you are 80 years old. You are building a legacy for your family that will last for generations. My name is Siraz Patwari. I want to thank you for spending this time with me today. I know that talking about math and taxes and debt is not always fun, but it is the foundation of a good, free life. If you found this roadmap helpful, please share it. Send it to a friend who is struggling with debt. Send it to a family member who just started their first job. We need to help each other grow. We need to stop making the same expensive mistakes. Make sure you are subscribed to the Siraz Patwari channel. We are building a community of people who actually care about their future. We are building a community of people who want to be smart with their money. Check out my other videos on how to save more and invest better. Every video I make is designed to give you one more tool for your financial toolbox. Remember, the best time to start was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Do not wait for the perfect moment. The market will always be volatile. There will always be bad news on the TV. There will always be a reason to be afraid. But the roadmap does not change. The steps are the same. Stay disciplined. Stay focused. Keep your eyes on the long term. Your future is waiting for you. It is a future of freedom. It is a future of security. It is a future where you are in charge of your own time. Go out there and start building it. Take that first step today, whether it is opening a high-yield savings account or increasing your 401k contribution by just 1%. Just move forward. I believe in you. I know you can do this. It takes time, but the result is worth it. Financial independence is the greatest gift you can give to yourself and your family. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate every one of you. My mission is to help you win with your money. Stay smart, stay consistent, and I will see you in the next video. My name is Siraz Patwari. Goodbye for now, and take care of your wealth.